comfortable. It's not relaxing. It's hard to do. So I'm going to give you a little help to increase our darkness. Each of you can take one of these. It's be yours to keep. They're blindfolds. Hey, open them up, put them on. We're going to have a dark time today. Did I hear somebody say, welcome to the dark side? We're not quite going that far. Does that help? Yeah. I have found that the darker the room that I'm in when I'm doing my meditation, the calmer I seem to be. Did everybody get one?
Say that the little flappy thing goes to the bottom.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sounds like it on the bottom.
However you want to wear it.
Thank you.
So it's over your eyes.
Yeah. And so, are we all set? Good. And then let's get comfortable. Just kind of relax in your chairs. Take a deep breath. Let it out. As we settle down. Take another deep breath. Let it out. Yeah, we're just trying to relax here. Relaxing the body relaxes the mind. And before we get really started, I need to take a picture. I didn't. I'm not gonna. Okay, let's just start it again. We're okay. Deep breath, nice and calm. In this darkness, this is where you pause, center yourself in the stillness of your being. As you do this, open your conscious mind to the peaceful calm and abundant darkness from which all things flow. It is the darkness that is the source of light. It is in the darkness that all things are created, including the light we all seek. Yes, in the darkness, light is found. By eliminating negative ideas of darkness, you can begin to understand that the brightest of lights, including yourself, is brought into existence through the darkness that is ever present. Finding peace in the darkness helps you to remember that you are the light and realize that all your thoughts, all your dreams, all your ideas, and all your insights develop from this sacred darkness that dwells deep within you. Find the peace in the darkness as we go for a few moments into the silence. into the silence. as you ever so gently, ever so slowly start to bring your consciousness back to this time and place. Remember that it is always possible to give yourself permission to pause, to still your being by focusing on your breathing, closing your eyes, and finding the stillness and peace awaiting in the darkness. But for now, please feel your body coming back. Wiggle your fingers, roll your shoulders, and bring your consciousness back to this time and place. And when you are ready, very carefully remove the blindfold, open your eyes, and welcome back. Those blindfolds are yours to keep. Use them as you will. So was that different?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Good. Well, my name is Bill Warner. I'm a member of the spiritual leadership team here, and today I'm going to talk to you about honoring the darkness, becoming the light. Now, if you're going to talk about light, and we've talked about light all month, then you also have to talk about darkness, because they only have meaning in relation to each other. And like Rose said in the introduction here, darkness that we're talking about is not dark magic. Okay, we're not talking about the devil. We're not talking about evil thoughts. We're not even talking about your shadow self. Okay, we're talking about how our consciousness is opened up in the darkness, in the stillness, in that calm, and in that seeming nothingness that is around us all the time. A good example of that would be if you went out on an evening, clear evening would help, and you see all the stars, and yet it's still dark. And if the Hubble telescope and the James Webb telescope have shown us anything, they've showed us that even when you concentrate on the dark spots, there's light there. But we know this. We come from the dark, do we not? I don't know about you, but I spent the first 9 months of my creation floating peacefully in luxury, in a spa-like conditions, with central heating, room service, and total darkness. Until the light. But our body is like that too, is it not? I mean, we are covered from head to foot with skin, the purpose of which, a couple of the purposes of which, is, first of all, to keep all the yucky stuff in. And the second is to make sure that it's dark so that our organs can work, so that our cells can rejuvenate in the dark. That's where life is. When you want to grow vegetables or plant a fruit tree, it comes from a seed, does it not? What do we do with the seed? Can't just lay it on the ground. Birds are going to eat it. Believe me, I know. I've got birds in my backyard. No, we have to cover it up. You have to put it in the dark. That's where the seed germinates. That's where life begins. I've told you a couple different times, I'm going to get through this, about how I came to unity. How it started 22 years ago during a heart operation in the darkness, when I just didn't think I was going to be able to make it through that operation. And I wasn't a religious person at the time, and I said, God, if you're there, I mean, that ought to tell you right there that I wasn't a religious person. If you're there, I'm ready to die. And instead of dying, I heard a voice in the dark. 10 little words. I'm not through with you. You have more to do. My fatigue was lifted. I got through the operation. And from that moment on, I have been trying to find out how that happened, why that happened, what happened. And I spent several years in traditional Christianity before I realized that, well, they have a lot of answers in traditional Christianity. They didn't have any for me. So I came here. And when I came here, one of the first things that was brought to my attention was a whole plethora of different authors, one of which was Richard Rohr. And in his book, Things Hidden, Scripture as Spirituality, he lays out two different spiritual traditions: a knowing tradition and a not knowing tradition. A knowing tradition employs words, concepts, and images. We can see some of that here. We have words up on our banners. We have pictures signifying different things. So we have that. But the not knowing tradition, goes beyond those words, goes beyond rational knowing. For several centuries, Christianity in the West was a knowing tradition exclusively, because that created order and clarity. That order and clarity was represented by the sun. A lot of early religions were sun worshiping. Okay? And that sun's bright light casts a shadow, a very defining shadow. And that's what they liked about it, because it defined good from bad and acceptable from not acceptable. And while order and clarity are good, order and clarity also produces an arrogance, if you think that's the only way. And that very sun that gave you that clarity can also blind, dehydrate, and kill you if you're not careful with it. But it was only been recently, the last 100, 150 years or so, that the not knowing tradition is starting to gain a little steam here in the West. And this is mainly because People have come to realize that you need more than just written authority. You need more than an outer authority. You need an inner authority. You need to also consider your spirit if you are ever to have true spiritual wisdom. New Thought churches, for example, are adapting the not knowing tradition. Unity being one of those. And as you well know, unity emphasizes metaphysical interpretation, which is beyond the words that are written. We look for the deeper meanings. And it emphasizes prayer and meditation over dogma and ritual because that touches our inner authority. Now, while knowing tradition was represented by the sun, the not knowing tradition is represented by the moon. Why the moon? Because the moonlight, lunar light, is much more subtle, filtered, it's indirect. And it allows each of us, because that shadow is not so defined, it allows each of us to clarify and define it for ourselves. Now there are 3 things that I want you to remember about finding light in the darkness. Everybody got a pen and pencil? No, don't worry about it. Number 1, we've said it before here, I'll say it again. All light flows from the dark. Even in the darkness, light is still there. For darkness must first exist in order for light to have any illumination. Therefore, like we had when we had our blindfolds on, don't fear the dark. There's nothing in there but light. Number 2, find light at the center. When you're meditating and you're in the darkness, those moments of stillness, when you are immersed in the darkness, can help you recognize light in all things, not just in yourself. When you're looking at other people, when you're looking at other parts of nature, you can see the light there. Abundant life and light are found in the depths of your being. So if you can't find the light right where you are, where do you expect to find it? Number 3, see light in all. Choose to look deeper and honor the light shining within all people. For life is light, but all life flows from the dark, for in the dark life is created. Don't ever forget the example of the caterpillar. A caterpillar does not become a butterfly by simply walking around and telling everybody, I'm a butterfly. The caterpillar cocoons itself in darkness and grows its wings. We become the light by honoring the darkness. We become the light by honoring the darkness. And let me end here with the first stanza of a song. I'm not going to sing it. That has been in my mind ever since I started writing this. You'll recognize it, I'm sure, but I'm hoping that it has a little bit more meaning for you now. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. So, hello, darkness, your old or maybe new friend. Thank you for your kind attention today. Namaste. And now I'm going to have to ask Rose, do you have the rest of the stuff for the offering? Because I didn't print it out. Did you not print it out either?
See, it's time for the offering. We've all been here before.
Yeah, okay.
They know what offered me.
Can I have the ushers forward?
You want to read out this script? Give Diane the microphone.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now it's time to enter into a giving consciousness. If you feel spiritually fed after that little whatever it was, we invite you to prepare your gift. For those who have arranged their giving by other means, you may hold the thought of your gift in your mind and in your heart. Eric Butterworth says, giving thanks is an important state of your consciousness that keeps you in the awareness of oneness with divine flow. And we say thank you. And I'm going to skip to the offering. Offering saying? There it is. Okay, so we say this all together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is.